Unit 10 terms to know: problem solving. Algorithm. In problem solving, an algorithm is a routine or a set of steps that will generate a solution. Algorithms usually find a solution, but may take longer than heuristics and may require more attention and cognitive resources. Candlebox problem. The candlebox problem was originally described by Dunker and presented subjects with a box of tacks, some matches, and a candle. When the tacks were in the box, subjects had trouble solving the problem of affixing the candle to the wall to light the room because the box's function was fixed. When it was empty and the tacks were provided outside the box, subjects solved the problem by tacking the empty box to the wall to make a shelf. Current state. In a problem, the current state is where the solver begins, with the problem unsolved. Eureka moment, aha moment. The moment of insight or illumination, when the solution to a challenging problem seems to arrive suddenly and all at once, due to a critical mass of spreading activation. Evaluation stage. The stage of problem solving in which various solutions are tested and examined. Exhaustive search. A general search algorithm in which all possible solutions are examined before selecting the optimal solution. Functional fixedness. Functional fixedness, seen in the candlebox problem, arises when the function of an object or idea is fixed to its most common function. This can interfere with problem solving if that function is not the correct one for solving the problem. Givens. In a problem, the givens are aspects that are known in advance. These can help or impede finding the correct solution. Goal state. In a problem, the goal state is the state in which the problem is solved and the obstacle no longer remains. Heuristic. A heuristic in problem solving is a method for solving a problem that depends on the solver's knowledge of the domain. Relative to algorithms, heuristics are usually correct, though not always, but demand fewer cognitive resources. Hill climbing. Hill climbing is a general-purpose heuristic for solving unfamiliar problems in which the solver only considers steps that will move the current state closer to the goal state. Ill-defined problem. An ill-defined problem is one in which one or more of the parts, for example, the initial state, the goal state, etc., are not defined or are unknown. Incubation stage. A stage of problem solving in which the solver stops actively working to solve the problem, but during which spreading activation and memory consolidation continue. The problem is then easier to solve when the solver continues at some future time. Insight problem. A problem that is difficult or impossible to solve in its original representation, but can be solved when the solver recognizes the trick or alternative representation by insight. Means. In problem solving, the means are the actions or steps one takes to solve the problem. Means-end analysis. A general-purpose problem-solving strategy in which a complex problem is broken up into smaller problems with smaller sub-goals that are more easily solved. Obstacles. In a problem, the obstacles are anything that impedes a direct route from the initial state to a goal state. Preparation stage. The preparation stage of problem solving is when the problem is identified and framed. Problem. A problem is a gap, barrier, or obstacle interfering with a direct path between the initial or current state of affairs and the eventual goal. Problem representation. The mental representation of the problem and problem space. Problem space approach. Problem space approach is a theory from Newell and Simon that describes problem solving as the search for a solution path between the initial and goal states. Production stage. The production stage of problem solving is the stage where the possible solution paths are produced. Protocol analysis. An analytic technique in which people are asked to think aloud as they solve problems and the contents of their verbal reports are analyzed. Well-defined problem. A well-defined problem is one in which most or all of the components are defined and known. Working backwards, a problem-solving strategy that focuses on working back from the goal state. This is effective when the goal is well defined and the initial state is not.